Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today we are updating the 2025-3 Arena tier list. Let's get into it. So basically, this season has, oh man, Lady of the Scales, the EEs, all that good stuff has changed the meta drastically. Yes, has changed quite a bit. So, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, what happened? Basically, Smilegate decided to make a character with a 70% mint inbuilt into the character, giving it to the front ally. So whoever's in the front with Lady of the Scales will have 70% mint. So if you put BBK up there, BBK has 70% mint. So the team basically takes 0 damage unless you're hitting the BBK, or you do have the Summer Hwayoung artifact fully maxed out, or multiple of them. So I will say Summer Hwayoung artifact, absolutely OP. I'm already sad I only have one of them until next year. That is so tragic. Just thinking about that, only one Summer Hwayoung artifact till next year. Oh man, that don't sound fun at all. So let's get into it. Now, starting off the bat into the S tier. S tier, Lady of the Scales. No surprise. Honestly, I could make a debate for this character having her own tier, because she literally shifted the meta so much in her own way. And she just does so much, right? Literally, like, any CR push you do get, she gets half of that. So, like, if I take Veronica into a BBK, my Veronica pushes up 80, she pushes up 40. Again, kind of disgusting. So, a lot of things have dropped out of S tier. FCC, for example, she was S tier, but honestly, you don't really need her no more. You might as well just run Lady of the Mint, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, FCC is still very, very good. That's why I have its own tier down here. If there's no Lady of the Scales on that defense, this is like good. This is very, very good, right? Or if you don't even have Lady of the Scales, these are very still good options, right? This, if no Lady of the Scales, is specifically for defense. Just keep this in mind. If there's no Lady of the Scales on the defense, you can these units are pretty much S tier still. So just keep that in mind, right? So, we do have still good old Frida, Zio, Barceria, Luna, BBK, the Cleave options going up here. I think Zio is coming back, actually, surprisingly. I need to test out Ludwig. I have not tested him out, but I have seen some good stuff coming out of Ludwig. So, I definitely need to test him out. He's the only one I have not really tried out on this list. Conquer Lilius, she's a situation as well, but she's really only good versus no Lady of the Scales. So, I don't really recommend that, right? But she's down there in B tier. So again, those 4 characters in terms of Cleave, or 5 should I say, are still very, very good. So the good thing is right now, or the way people have been, shifting their defenses, is that they have basically literally only Lady of the Scales for mid. Other than that, since there is no mid, there is no openers. Some people are not that fast. It really depends on your speed gear for when it comes to Luna specifically. But a lot of these defenses, you can still pretty much just Luna Cleave. Just keep in mind, it does come down to speed gear and all that, and that's really about it, right? If you have a speed gear, you can go ahead and Cleave still, especially if there's no re-knock, you can pretty much straight up Cleave. But do be careful, there are some fast Lady of the Scales, and it can definitely catch you off guard. Next, Elenov, Boss Runka. Now, I was tempted to move Boss Runka down to A tier, or just S tier. Basically, these 2 tiers, I was thinking about moving Boss Runka, but she's still good on defense. Especially if there's still no Lady of the Scales. And even if she is still there with Lady of the Scales, that defense does take quite a bit longer compared to something else. Alright, something else they ever put in the front. So overall, I still think she is a fantastic unit. She did take quite a bit of a hit, but she's still very, very good. Right? Fire Lytica, same situation as the Cleave options. Literally, she is just there to pretty much Cleave. Now, this is strictly for the Renox, Meru, comp situation. I uploaded a video about it recently with her. She is literally MVP versus Meru and Renock together, right? Most of the time when you do see those together, the other 2 are like DK Sharoons, BBK, or some other situation. So Fire Lytica, still very, very good. High base speed, stops the Meru from getting CR because of Veronica on your team. Overall, it's just a very, very good unit still to this day. Harsetti is coming back, surprisingly. I'm going to be honest, I feel like Harsetti is kind of... If I see Harsetti, it's just really easy. But Harsetti has been coming back quite a bit. I still think she is S tier, though, in terms of defenses. Her and Meru. I see a lot of those. I've been limit testing a lot. When I see those, it doesn't really scream that much damage on the team, but I do see some good ones in terms of really tanky and all that. So it's really not that bad of an idea. She's still very, very good, don't get me wrong, especially if you do pair with Lady of Scales. I just think there's a lot of workaround. If you see Lady the Scales and Hearthstone together, there's a lot you could do versus that. Those two characters already alone, not that much DPS. Young Senya, still very good. Mort, still very good. While Young Senya is still good, there's a lot of Elveras going around. I don't know why. I'm assuming because of Young Senya, but I get the idea, but she's still good. She's still good. Just don't take her into Elvera, right? Aram, fantastic unit, still to this day. Again, she's been out for about a month. She's probably going to be an S tier for maybe the whole entire year. I would not be surprised. Absolutely disgusting unit, and especially with the recent BBK Cleave I uploaded recently, the reverse Cleave, she's just very, very good. Her refreshing on the S3 when you push somebody up, it's just so good, right? Yoha, thanks to her EE and technically Lady of the Scale, she's definitely an S tier. So, Yoha S3 ignores damage share, which is perfect right now. If you have your own Lady of the Scales, you can technically just Lady of the Scales and Yoha crowd literally almost every single defense. It's actually kind of funny. It's really kind of funny how it works. But Yoha, one of the few units that does have ignored damage share, which is fantastic. Fantastic, especially this current meta. You could put the Reflect. I do think her 60% Reflect is the best EE for her. But you could go down the route of her S3 resetting and pretty much kill everybody on offense. It's very good. I've been using that. It's not that bad, actually. Veronica, let's be realistic here. Any immortality, she's literally insane. And honestly, with all the immortality going around with BBK in the front and Mercedes giving whoever's in the front immortality, she's just very, very good overall. Spirit Eye Selene. Spirit Eye Selene is very, very good. You do need the Hua Young artifact. Keep this in mind. Recommended. Hua Young artifact. Without it, it's kind of sus. You really need that artifact to make this character work. But she's basically unkillable. She's very, very good right now in this current meta. Right now, I think the best team is going to be Spirit Eye Selene, BBK, Aram, and Lady of the Scales. If you have two Summer Hua Young artifacts. But I don't have that. And I know a lot of people don't have that, so can't really showcase that, right? And then lastly, it is going to be Light Tenebria. This unit is basically a defense unit only. Keep that in mind. She's still just defense. No offense whatsoever. And then like I did say down here, everybody in the S tier are really, really good still in S tier if there's no Lady of Scales on defense. A tier, we have some characters that have moved up. We have SSA, we have Crow, Elvera, Abigail. We do have, I think there's some other characters. We do have ML Kawazu and Twisted Elderon Kairon. Now, Kawazu, basically, TLDR of this character. He ignores ER when it comes to strip, and he basically go ahead and kill the front line. I will be showcasing this very, very soon. Kairon, very, very good into any Lady of the Scales defense that does not have Mort, because literally he can just 1v4. Alright, he counter. You have to give him the Hua Young artifact, though. Keep that in mind. That's very, very important. Crow, very, very good paired alongside Yuha. You can pretty much just kill everything. Beefy boys over there, old beefy boy and girl. Very, very good, right? Elvera, I see a lot of her. I've seen some comments as well. People do use her in the front because, again, she has like 4 turns immortality, which is kind of crazy. And if you save your soul burns, she's literally going to be unkillable. And with all the Renock and Green going around, such as Yoha, Mort, Renock, I can understand why she's definitely there. Her Lady of Scales and plus whoever two on the other side can definitely, you just win, right? Because how are you going to kill Elvera? Right, so I definitely understand why people do put her up here, and I completely understand it, and I actually, I do agree with it. I think she's very, very good. Abigail, specifically to keep care around whoever you're using inside the back alive. Hua Young, she did take quite a bit of a hit. I did have her in S tier before, but with all the Yuha going around, I do put her inside A tier. Now, there is some workaround versus Yuha. You can make your Hua Young a little bit more tankier, but still, it's a little bit questionable, right? So just be careful with that. Fire Eater, Renock, and all of them did drop down to A tier just because of how the meta shifted. SPP, I still have her in A tier because of what she does. No one else can do what she does. So I still feel like she's still going to be very good in general just existing, right? Green Vildred, he is still good. But again, this is basically specifically for Cleave, Luna, Blue Flan, and all that. Because again, the meta, the way it shifted, you can technically still Cleave because a lot of people's defense are not Harsetti based, right? So just keep that in mind. He really works really well, but again, another unit that really needs the Summer Hua Young artifact. Literally, almost every thief in here, you really need the Summer Hua Young artifact, right? Armitha, very good when it comes to the Fire-Litica. Arya, still very good, especially into like Tenebria comps. Arya just can just 1v3 or 1v4 technically. DK Sharoon, very good still. Yes, still. You can take this into Lady of the Fear. I tested it out as well. It's not too bad, actually. 4k cascade damage plus on top of the Abundance. That's 6k extra damage. It's actually not that bad. It's not that bad. Christie, paired with Arya. Lionheart Sermia, very good. But, obviously, BBK right now is currently better. Keep that in mind. Versus Lady of the Scales, you might as well just BBK because with Lionheart, if you gain that 50% CR, Lady's going to get pushed up and it's a little bit weird, right? We don't really like that whole CR she gains. Westwood Executioner Shuri, still very good when paired with Litica. Arbor Vildred, he's still good, but not as good as he used to be. I do think Hua Young has also moved up as well. Or not moved up. I still think she's A tier. I thought about moving her to S tier. But again, she relies on counters. But right now is very good for her because she does ignore damage share. And she's a dark unit, so she can pretty much just snipe Lady of the Scales right away. Very good. Para, I still think Para is insane for defense. Rowana, still very good in my opinion for just slow comp turn 2. Amiki, same situation as Crowd. You can pretty much use her as a re-knock bait or green bait in general. Wanderer Silk, this speed imprint for Fire-Litica. And then lastly, that's DDR. Now, DDR is in the A tier. I did have him in B tier. I moved him down to B tier. And then after talking to the guild, getting them and abandoned, I did move him back to A tier, specifically for Setsuka. When she does come out, he should be making a comeback because of the evasion meta. And he puts everyone to sleep. And then there's really nothing to worry about, right? You have a 100% chance to hit whatever unit it's going to be because they are slept. No. He should be coming back. So I will be leaving him in A tier, but right now, currently, you don't really use him that much, right? And now B tier. B tier is pretty much the same. I think Straze is really in the gutter now. If there's Lady of the Scales, you might as well not use this character no more. Karen, a lot of people don't understand the whole point of Karen. Karen's job is there for a failsafe. If I missed on BBK, I have ignored damage share with Last Piece Karen on her S3. And then I got it for S2 and S1. That's the whole point of Karen, which people completely whiffed. So, I even showed some perfect RNG and then some not perfect RNG. Because if I don't hit BBK, how am I going to kill? How am I going to win that match? If I don't kill, or if I don't hit the BBK, I lose. So that's why Last Piece Karen is there, because she ignores damage share. She's a very good unit. Not every unit has ignored damage share. It's like, 12 units? 15 units, I think? Less than that, probably, that ignores damage share. So just keep that in mind. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything in B tier and C tier, kind of whatever. Now, Lethe is kind of funny. I saw on Reddit, you could do a Frostbite Cleave. I may try this out to see if it works. But Lethe's base speed and effectiveness is kind of sus. So we'll try it out. Lethe's just here. Keep in mind, the units in C tier are really just, but I do see some Judge Kisei coming back. Surprisingly. Don't know why. But I have seen some Judge Kisei, even though I think it's sus. I think it's very sus, but I've definitely seen some. But other than that, that is going to be the updated tier list. I don't think I'm going to update it for Setsuka specifically because while I do think Setsuka is going to change the meta, I don't think anybody down here is going to come up here. Again, I may be wrong. We'll have to see and find out. But honestly, the way it's going, I don't think Setsuka is going to be that. She's definitely going to be annoying, for sure. She's definitely going to change up the meta a little bit. But I think everything that's going to be changing is already up here in the list. So we'll see when she comes out, right? But other than that, though, thank you so much for the video. Hope you have a good day, and peace out.